Let's go to the next one here. Tim Scott throwing his hand in the ring. We put together a compilation of his pitch, why he thinks he can be, the new Reagan in this race against Donald Trump. Here's what he had to say.
Hello, North Charleston! And for those of you who wonder if it's possible for a broken kid in a broken home to rise beyond their circumstances, the answer is yes. And our nation are standing at a time for choosing victimhood or victory. Victimhood or victory. Victimhood or victory. Grievance or greatness. I choose freedom and hope and opportunity. Will you choose it with me? Will you join me as messengers of hope, as missionaries that believe that the strength of our ideas can change our nation again? I will. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Wow, certainly something.
Is he running for vice president there? What's your read?
I think he's genuinely running for president. So I don't know if a lot of people understand this, but people who are in the Senate love Tim Scott. They love this guy. Personally, I don't get it. But John Thune, the #2 Republican in the GOP caucus, he spoke at the introduction for Tim Scott, endorsed him. A lot of others, fellow senators, really want him to run. You know, on a personal level, he's built up a lot of relationships with them. But honestly, I think he believes it. And here's the thing. It only takes maybe one billionaire, maybe named Larry Ellison, to underrate your entire campaign for the guy who's worth, like, what is he worth today? Like 90 billion or something like that, the founder of Oracle. Here's the other thing. Trump himself is welcoming Tim Scott into the race. Put this up there on the screen. Trump says, good luck to Senator Tim Scott in entering the Republican presidential race. It is rapidly loading up with lots of people. Tim is a big step up from Ron DeSanctimonious, who is totally unelectable. I got opportunity zones done with Tim, a big deal that has been highly successful. Good luck, Tim. Here's the thing. Everyone was trying to understand, like, why is Trump not attacking Tim Scott, but he attacks Ron DeSantis? It's obvious, Ryan, because he knows Tim Scott is not a threat to him, and DeSantis actually is. Thus, the more people who jump in the race, the better off he is. He even alludes to it. It is rapidly loading up with lots of people. He's not an idiot. He knows that that's why he won in 2016. And guess what? They're proving him right. Tim Scott's in the race. Chris Christie's want to throw his hat in the ring. Chris Sununu, the governor of North Dakota, will save you. The next one, Glenn Youngkin, plot twist, we'll do a whole block on that. In a second, also thinks that he wants to throw his hat there in the ring. And, you know, look, I got to be honest here. This down market Reagan pitch from the 1980s, it's like, who is this for? I get why Senate GOP voters want it, but how can you look at the politics of Donald Trump and his popularity with the GOP base and think that's what people want right now? Even DeSantis, what did we just do a whole block on? Immigration, one of the strictest immigration laws in the country. Why? Because he knows that's what GOP voters want. This comes from a place of being on the back foot, of feeling like we got to take something. Like, that's not the forward message that that people want. Right. I mean, it didn't win in 2016. And it's not 1979 right now. It's a very different time.
And I think Tim Scott there is doing a bit of a kind of racial politics bank shot.
How so?
So what I hear from that is he's telling Republican voters that none of you are racist or bigoted because you're all supporting me. And you know, you saw Herman Cain rising in 2012.
999.
In ways that were very explicit, where people were very explicit in their support for him. But then secondly, look at the rhetoric that he used: victimhood versus victory, victimhood, and then grievance.
See, I read that as a shot at Trump. I'm surprised you read that as a shot at the left.
I read.
Well, I mean, it can be both, but I do think that Trump is locked into that.
I read it as as playing into the kind of Trump supporter or Republican mindset that, look, yes, slavery was bad, yes, redlining was bad, but we had the civil rights movement, and everyone is equal now in the United States. Stop playing victim and stop just leading with your grievances. Let's be more optimistic. Let's look for opportunity.
Sure,
for
I guess when you put it that way,
so
I can see it.
I thought that was kind of how he was coding himself. But I feel like it's much more of a 2012 message.
Yes, and that's kind of what I was getting
than a
at.
2024.
Right. Yeah, I'm totally with you. I think that I would say instead I read it as a shot at Trump. At least that's how I saw the initial report. And
Interesting. I could see that, but
because the grievance is
maybe it's a double going for both.
It's a double entendre.
Yes.
Let's put this up there on the screen. It's important, as I noted before, some of the people who were spotted at the VIP section. One of them, Mark Sanford, which is
Trail.
Appalachian Trail Mark, John Thune, as I alluded to, and billionaire Larry Ellison, the multi-billionaire Republican donor who loves Tim Scott. Scott is like made in a lab to appeal to some of these Republican voters who are like, we just want, a really nice guy, like somebody who's not like Trump. And the problem is that that's not what the voters want. And, even if you saw the energy, there was not a whole lot of, at least to me, my personal observation, I was not seeing a lot of organic enthusiasm there. And he really kind of had to goad the crowd into cheering. Whereas Ryan, I'm not sure if you've been, but if you've ever been to a Trump event, you don't have to goad those people into doing anything. All right, like they are ready to roll.
They've been tailgating.
Yeah, they've been tailgating. It's so hard to explain to people who haven't been to various different political events, but Trump events are something like, literally, it's like being at a concert. It's like being at a football game. If you've covered politics professionally, as you and I have, there's nothing else in all of politics like it. Some Bernie rallies came close. I will give him that. But Bernie also kind of became a bit of a lifestyle thing. But Trump and Bernie, they are in another league compared to what I'm seeing at right there.
And the concert analogy is a good one because you have a lot of people in the crowd who are hoping he'll play certain songs.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Like play the hits, man.
Yeah, he's got his, you can't always get what you want, that he walks out on or walks away from. They love it. Then some of them go to all of them.
But then some of his riffs, they want to hear those too. It's like, oh, is he going to do the toilet riff?
Right. Yeah, that's a good point. The snake.
Are we going to get that one?
I used to know the snake by heart. I can't say it anymore. For those who don't know, it's a great old Trumpism.
Hey guys, ready or not, 2024 is fully upon us now, and Saagar and I have been brainstorming ways that we can really up our game for this critical election.
Yeah, we rely on our premium subs to expand our coverage, to add staff, to upgrade the studio. We just want to give you the best independent coverage of this election, which is possible. So if you can help us out, become a premium subscriber today, breakingpoints.com, or the link is down here in the description video. It really means the world to us, and if you like what we're all about, this is the best possible way to keep us 100% independent, working only for you.